to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
When I have friends who have had kids that are now 8 years old, and I'm like, yo, can we do XXX tonight? They're like, no, I got to put the kid to bed. I'm like, your kid's 8. Y'all can't separate to do this yet?
It's crazy.
Sometimes it gets, and Laura, I'm not talking about you, Laura. Your child's 6 months old. But when it goes on to literally, I'm like, guys, this.
If they're saying 8 years old, they're making an excuse. They just don't want to come out.
Fact.
Right. You could use the kids for a while.
No, Shawnee, I'm talking about people who I know want to go out, and I'm talking about opportunities to see people they haven't seen in a year. They haven't been out the house yet. And they're like, I'll get there as soon as I can get there. But we got to put the kid to bed, so I'll get there around 9. You're like, really?
Let's not even talk about the extracurricular activities. It's over. Afternoon's done. Evening's done. You got to take them to swimming. You got to go to.
Oh, yeah, the extracurritlers. I'm a victim of that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's not much you can do about that once now parents now teach their kids to swim at 5 days old.
That's right. Get them in the pool.
Gymnastics at 12 days.
Yep. Right. Get them in there early. Hit these backflips.
Early.
Meanwhile, we live in an era where no matter what happens, by 7, they're just going to be staring at their phone all day anyway. You might as well just hand them the phone right now and give up.
You played yourself.
Yo, coronavirus, the whole COVID was a disaster for that.
Man.
Super disaster. We had a whole program keeping Issa away from the iPad. As soon as this thing hit,
done.
Man.
What? Done? It's done.
She got her own laptop, everything.
Well, she had her own iPad, but she could only use it at certain times, and it was locked in. There was no questions asked.
Yeah.
Now,
hit the button.
Now,
congratulations, you played yourself.
And it's not even that she wants to use it that much. It's that she has to. She's on it all day for school.
Yeah.
Man.
How about this? What about the school situations? I talked to my best friend a couple days ago for the first time. My best friend has 4 kids under 12. So
disaster. Hit
COVID,
the button right there. Hit the button right there.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So he didn't get COVID, but he basically died from COVID. I mean, he hasn't existed in a year. And he hit me up, and we were talking. He said they opened the schools back up, and we were all excited. We said, you know what, we're going to do it. We're going to send the kids back to school. And they were like, all right, the kids will come to school, and then when they get to school, they will sit on an iPad and virtually learn from their teachers who may be in the same school, but still will be on an iPad.
Wow.
Why? How does that make sense?
I don't know, but my friend decided, he's like, you know what? We'll try it again next year. We'll just finish out the year at home. If that's what it's going to be, we'll finish it out where we've been. We'll try it again next year.
Well, showing up to the building, I think, is important. I think a lot of the schools are just trying to figure out, depending on the school district, depending on the school, public, private, whatever, are trying to figure out liability, right, and how to manage liability. If they have the teacher teaching, maybe the teacher doesn't feel safe, but they can't now not allow the teacher to teach the students. You feel what I'm saying? The teacher might say, I don't feel safe, or maybe the teachers union hasn't figured out how to protect them. All of these things.
It's a great point. It's a great point. It's very hard.
It's very, very hard. Not so hard was for LeBron James to delete a tweet where he basically took the photo of the police officer who shot a 15-year-old girl 4 times. A 15-year-old 4 times in the chest. She was in the middle of a fight. She did have a knife, but the police showed up without question and just shot her 4 times. There's a lot of discrepancy on this and that. There's a lot of people up in arms. But anyway, LeBron James, vocal about, things he is passionate about, and specifically vocal about black people getting shot down by the police, posted a photo of the police officer and said, "You're next."
Still trending right now. The words "you're next" still trending.
You're next is still trending. The Blue Lives Matter MAGA maniac contingent went bananas, as if LeBron James, the most notable, iconic athlete currently playing professional sports right now, would threaten a police officer's life. What LeBron was addressing was this cop would be next to go to court and hopefully go to jail.
Next, like Derek Chauvin.
Because it happened the same day that Derek Chauvin.
Right.
So to everybody who's up in arms,
congratulations, you played yourself.
You better shut your white mouth.
I can't. I got to tell you, man, I'm at in a place now with this LeBron in general. He's so triggering for racists. Like, you could basically, I've learned this through sports radio. You could basically pick a racist when someone just tells you they hate LeBron James. They hate him because he's outspoken. They can tolerate a good black athlete who keeps it to basketball. Like Michael Jordan, okay, he was a great athlete. He didn't talk about, politics or caring about the well-being of black Americans. But LeBron James, who's been outspoken and right repeatedly on all these major issues, they hate his guts. They cannot stand him. So all he had to do was say that, and they're turning it into him being violent and angry. No, that's y'all's people. That was like the dude you elected to be president.
How about this? The same people mad at LeBron James find it in their heart to forgive the individuals who stormed the Capitol on January 6th and actually beat up cops and threatened their lives.
No, they thought those people were just upset and they deserve, a little bit of reprieve. But LeBron James tweeting, "You're next," which, I read it, and not for 1 second. What would next mean?
Right.
It doesn't make sense context-wise. And also, a big congratulations. I don't know if you guys got this. I'm sure Ebro did. I don't know if you get them too, Laura. When I go check my Twitter, all day when these things happen, I have racist MAGA maniacs adding me with the picture of the girl holding the knife.
Oh, yeah.
All day long. They're little.
The narrative now is to spin it so that they can protect this cop.
Hold on,
Right.
but they're such pea brains, right? They use that specific photo not just to protect that cop. It's to justify all black people who are killed by police.
Well, that part too.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows this situation. People are emotional and upset. I am too when I see the video of a cop coming to break up a fight and shooting someone 4 times. We all believe it needs to play out. It needs to be investigated. Who knows what it turns out that one is? But I know one thing. That girl having a knife does not justify cops killing black people constantly in this country.
Right.
And they send this picture around like, see, black people are bad. I don't know if you know this. They deserve it. They are so dumb. It's just impossible to have a conversation with these people.
Well, that's why I don't get too upset. I just hit them with this.
You better shut your white mouth.
Congratulations.
The double.
Wait, we're wrapping up the segment already? I didn't even get a chance to throw to Laura Stiles. She got cut
what
out.
about Laura?
Well, I was on the same tone as you guys. I was just reading, and did you guys know? Did you guys get to read? And this was trending yesterday. The headline of the Minneapolis police press release that happened on May 25th, 2020. Okay, this is about George Floyd. The title itself was "Man Dies After Medical Incident During Police Interaction." When you read it, they completely fluff the piece. Guys, they don't write any of the details. I mean, why should we be surprised, right? But it's insane. I just kept thinking about that young lady, the 17-year-old. Thank God for that young woman. Thank God for that young woman that was able to videotape it. And this is just one of many. But the actual police press release, it's just when you guys get to get a chance to check it out, you're gonna be like, it doesn't surprise me. And look, we read Breonna Taylor's police report, which was blank.
There was nothing on it. We didn't read it.
What do we see?
And we were like, okay, it's just sad, man. It's sad. And then afterwards, because now that we all, saw the video when he got arrested and now he's in jail. But it's like you go back and you look at these things and how they just clean it up.
I wouldn't hold your breath, guys. I don't think there's ever going to be an incident report after a police officer kills someone that basically indicts the officer doing the killing. I don't think we're ever, maybe I'm jaded. Maybe it's a sad day that I'm admitting that I will never believe that a police department will write on a piece of paper, man killed by police officers putting his knee on his neck for 9 minutes. We're investigating the incident.
Ugh.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
You realize, man, I've been thinking about, Ebro, the feeling we had about man, this is such crumbs we were excited about the other day with Chauvin.
Yeah.
But you realize that if they didn't convict in that case, where it was a 9-minute slow murder, if they didn't convict there'd be no chance for conviction ever
again.
Like that.
Well,
that's
because
why,
then you go here. If you can't convict an officer for that, what can you convict an officer for?
How would they convict a guy who shoots a teenage girl who's holding a knife How would that even be possible if you couldn't convict the guy who slowly murdered someone on tape over the course of 9 basically calm minutes where he decided to murder him?
I got bad news for everybody. Even what we're all upset with the Ma'Khia Bryant story, the woman who was the 15-year-old that was shot 4 times. Mm-hmm. He's going to be able to wiggle his way out of that because there's a fight happening and she has a deadly weapon. And so he made a clutch decision and shot a 15-year-old 4 times in the chest and killed her. And he's going to say, I did it because I thought she was about to kill the other person. So basically it was a murder for a murder in his mind. That's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's the story that that's the conversation that's happening right now.
Yeah, of course. And I understand that one is going to have, it's going to be hard for people to comprehend.
And that's not as clear. That's not as crystal clear as the George Floyd.
But that's why if they don't do it for George Floyd, none would happen.
They didn't do it for Eric Garner.
They didn't do it for Eric Garner. And I mean, by the way, Eric Garner.
And Tamir Rice. He had a toy gun.
Zimmerman still walking out there free.
Congratulations, you played yourself.